Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. If you're looking to unwind and escape the stress of daily life, you've come to the right place. Today we're counting down the top 20 cozy games on Nintendo Switch that you absolutely need to play in 2026. These are games that prioritize relaxation, creativity, and good vibes over intense competition. So grab your favorite blanket, settle in, and let's get started. Cozy Caravan is a relaxing life sim adventure built around slow travel, crafting, and community rather than pressure or optimization. You play as a customizable animal traveler, roaming between charming villages with your caravan, gathering resources, cooking food, and crafting goods through simple, tactile mini-games that keep interactions light and satisfying. Each stop introduces friendly townsfolk who request small favors, creating an organic sense of progression as relationships grow and new opportunities open up. Instead of focusing on money, the game emphasizes emotional rewards, encouraging players to help others, participate in market days, and improve their caravan with upgrades that expand storage, crafting options, and visual flair. Exploration is calm and inviting, rewarding curiosity rather than efficiency, while light strategic choices, what to craft, what to carry, and where to travel next, add just enough depth without breaking the cozy flow. Storytelling is subtle and environmental, unfolding through everyday interactions that make the world feel warm and lived in, supported by a soft art style and soothing soundtrack that perfectly suit relaxed, handheld sessions. Spiritfarer is a deeply comforting management and exploration game that blends cozy mechanics with thoughtful storytelling, putting you in the role of Stella, a gentle fairy master guiding spirits across a mystical sea. Gameplay revolves around sailing your ever-growing ship, constructing living spaces and crafting stations, farming crops, fishing, cooking meals, and gathering resources from beautifully illustrated islands through light platforming segments. Each spirit you welcome aboard brings a distinct personality, history, and set of needs, and progression is driven by forming bonds with them, completing personal quests, and upgrading your vessel to better support its inhabitants. Rather than focusing on difficulty, the game emphasizes routine, care, and emotional connection, encouraging players to slow down, listen, and engage with small but meaningful interactions like sharing food or quiet conversations. The story unfolds naturally through these relationships, touching on themes of loss, acceptance, and letting go, all supported by a soothing soundtrack and elegant hand-drawn art style that make every journey feel calm, reflective, and quietly powerful. Dragon Quest Builders 2 drops you on the Isle of Awakening after escaping from a ship controlled by the Children of Hargon, a cult that has outlawed building and creation. Your job is to restore this barren island while learning that creating things and building communities is actually good, contrary to what the antagonists preach. The game blends Minecraft-style block building with RPG progression and actual story missions that give your construction purpose. You'll gather materials by breaking down blocks, fighting monsters, and exploring, then use those resources to build everything from simple houses to elaborate castles and farms. The block-based building has a surprising amount of depth, with hundreds of items and recipes to discover, and villagers will actually use and appreciate the structures you create. You can build farms that your villagers will tend, kitchens where they'll cook, and bedrooms where they'll sleep, creating a living, breathing community. The game includes a gratitude system where happy villagers reward you with hearts that unlock new abilities and building options.
Be sure to customize the way you build your fields to support the kind of crops you're growing. Harvest anything from the humble cabbage and wheat to tantalizingly tasty tomatoes. Big projects require big help.
House Flipper lets you fulfill the fantasy of buying rundown properties, renovating them completely, and selling them for profit without any of the real-world stress or financial risk. You'll start with simple cleaning jobs, then gradually take on bigger projects that involve painting walls, laying tiles, installing furniture, and even knocking down walls to reconfigure entire floor plans. The first-person perspective and simple tool-based controls make every action feel tactile and satisfying. There's something genuinely relaxing about power washing a dirty floor or carefully painting a room in your chosen color scheme. Each house you flip comes with its own condition and challenges, from hoarder homes packed with trash to empty shells that need everything installed from scratch. You earn money from completing jobs and selling renovated houses, which you then invest in purchasing new properties and unlocking additional tools and furniture options. The game offers complete creative freedom in how you design spaces, with hundreds of furniture items, decorations, and color options to choose from. Snufkin, Melody of Moominvalley, brings the beloved Moomin characters to life in a narrative adventure focused on restoring harmony to Moominvalley. You play as Snufkin, a wandering philosopher and musician who returns to the valley to find it overrun by park keepers enforcing restrictive rules that stifle freedom and joy. The gameplay revolves around exploration, music, and clever environmental puzzles that you solve by playing melodies on your harmonica to interact with the world and help the tiny Hadafatners. Stealth mechanics come into play as you sneak past park keepers, removing the oppressive signs they've placed throughout the valley, but there's no combat or punishment for being caught. You simply restart from a nearby point. The game respects the source material's gentle philosophy, focusing on themes of freedom, nature, and friendship through conversations with valley residents and quiet moments of reflection. You'll fish in peaceful lakes, camp under the stars, and help various characters with their problems through dialogue choices and small tasks. Tavern Talk puts you behind the bar of a fantasy tavern, where your job is to serve drinks and listen to the problems of adventurers, townsfolk, and magical beings. You'll mix drinks using different ingredients based on customer preferences and the effects they're looking for. Whether that's courage for an upcoming quest, clarity to make a difficult decision, or just something to help them relax after a hard day. The core gameplay loop involves conversations where customers share their stories, dilemmas, and gossip about the wider world, and your responses, through dialogue choices and the drinks you serve, can influence their decisions and the overall narrative. There's no timer or pressure to serve drinks quickly. Instead, the game encourages you to take your time, engage in meaningful conversations, and really think about what each character needs. As you progress, you'll unlock new recipes and ingredients, and recurring customers will return with updates on how your previous advice affected their lives, creating a sense of ongoing relationships and consequences. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker follows the adorable Captain Toad and Toadette as they search for treasure across a series of compact, puzzle-filled diorama levels. The unique hook is that Toad can't jump due to his heavy backpack, so you'll need to navigate each miniature world by rotating the camera, finding hidden paths, and using the environment cleverly to reach the Power Star at each level's end. Each stage is a self-contained puzzle box filled with enemies to avoid, coins to collect, and 3 hidden gems to find, encouraging thorough exploration of every angle and corner. The levels feature incredible variety. One moment you're navigating a haunted mansion, the next you're riding minecarts through a desert, then exploring a Japanese garden or dodging piranha plants in a colorful jungle. The game takes advantage of the Switch's features with touch controls in handheld mode that let you interact directly with certain elements by tapping the screen, and motion controls for aiming turnips at enemies. Bonus objectives challenge you to complete levels under specific conditions, like finding a hidden golden mushroom or completing the stage without taking damage, adding replay value without feeling stressful. Littlewood starts with an interesting premise. You're a hero who already saved the world, but you've lost your memories of that adventure. Now you're rebuilding a small town called Littlewood, where former allies and friends are settling down after the Great Conflict.
The gameplay is pure town building and life simulation, with zero combat or danger. You'll spend your days chopping trees, mining rocks, fishing, growing crops, and using those materials to craft furniture and buildings for your expanding town. You place buildings and decorations wherever you want, customizing the entire town layout to your preference. And villagers will move in as you create homes for them. Each villager has their own personality, likes, and relationship levels that increase as you talk to them and give them gifts they enjoy, eventually unlocking new dialogue, quests, and even romance options. The game uses a card-based system for activities, where you draw cards that boost certain skills, adding a light strategic element to how you spend your limited energy each day. There's no time pressure or deadlines. You can't fail or miss anything permanently, and you can progress entirely at your own pace. Story of Seasons: Friends of Mineral Town is a remake of the classic Harvest Moon game that refines the farming sim formula to near perfection. You inherit your grandfather's old farm in the peaceful Mineral Town and work to restore it from an overgrown mess to a thriving agricultural business. Your days follow a satisfying routine of watering crops, caring for animals like chickens, cows, and sheep, foraging for items, mining in the nearby cave for minerals and gems, and building relationships with the townspeople. The social simulation is deep, with 10 marriage candidates, each having their own schedules, preferences, and heart events that trigger as your friendship deepens. And the entire town feels alive with villagers, going about their daily routines and seasonal festivals, bringing everyone together. You'll need to manage your stamina and time carefully, since each action consumes energy and days only last so long, creating a gentle, strategic layer about prioritizing tasks without ever feeling stressful. The remake includes quality-of-life improvements like autosaving, expanded same-sex marriage options, and the ability to choose your character's appearance, while maintaining the classic gameplay loop that made the original so addictive. Stardew Valley is the gold standard for cozy gaming, and it's easy to see why it's captured the hearts of millions. You escape corporate life at Joja Corporation to inherit your grandfather's neglected farm in Stardew Valley, where you'll build a new life from scratch in a charming rural community. The gameplay offers incredible freedom. You can focus on farming by planting seasonal crops and raising animals. Spend your time fishing in various locations, each with unique fish. Explore the monster-filled mines for resources and combat, or prioritize social relationships with the valley's diverse cast of characters. Every villager has a detailed schedule, unique personality, likes and dislikes, and heart events that reveal more about their lives and struggles as you become closer friends or even romantic partners. The game respects your time, with no missable content and no pressure to optimize. You can play as efficiently or as casually as you want, spending entire seasons just fishing if that's what brings you joy. Seasonal events and festivals provide structure and goals without creating stress, and the community center restoration gives you long-term objectives that reward exploration and diverse activities. Doraemon's Story of Seasons combines the beloved Japanese cartoon cat robot with classic farming sim gameplay in a surprisingly heartfelt package. The story begins when Doraemon, Nobita, and their friends get transported to a mysterious planet where they meet a young boy named Pastoru in a small farming town. You'll take on the role of Nobita as you work to help the townspeople while searching for a way back home. The farming mechanics follow the traditional cycle of tilling soil, planting seasonal crops, watering them daily, and harvesting for profit. But the game adds Doraemon's futuristic gadgets to mix things up. You can use tools from Doraemon's pocket, like the mini rain cloud for watering multiple crops at once, or the Hopter for quick travel around town. Beyond farming, you'll raise animals, fish in the river, participate in seasonal festivals, and build relationships with villagers through daily conversations and gift-giving. The art style uses gorgeous hand-drawn visuals that look like a Studio Ghibli film come to life, with soft watercolor backgrounds and expressive character animations. Coffee Talk puts you in the role of a late-night coffee shop owner in an alternate Seattle where humans live alongside fantasy races like elves, orcs, and succubi. Your coffee shop is open from 6 p.m. to midnight, serving as a gathering place for a diverse cast of characters dealing with real-world issues like workplace discrimination, family expectations, relationship troubles, and finding their identity. The gameplay revolves around making drinks by mixing different ingredients like coffee, tea, milk, and various flavors to fulfill customer orders while listening to their conversations and sometimes offering advice through dialogue choices. There's no timer or pressure to serve drinks quickly. Instead, the game encourages you to take your time, pay attention to the stories unfolding, and think about which drink might best suit each customer's mood and situation. Your choices in conversation and the drinks you serve can subtly influence how relationships develop between characters and how their personal stories resolve over the game's 2-week period. Potion Permit flips the usual fantasy RPG setup by making you a chemist sent to the rural town of Moominvalley to prove that modern medicine can help people who've relied solely on traditional remedies. The townspeople are initially skeptical of you after a previous doctor's mistake, so you'll need to earn their trust by successfully treating patients and contributing to the community. The gameplay combines resource gathering, diagnosis minigames, and relationship building in a satisfying loop. When villagers get sick, you'll examine them through a puzzle minigame where you match colored shapes to identify symptoms, then brew the appropriate potions using ingredients you've gathered from the wilderness surrounding town. Exploration is encouraged as you venture into different biomes to chop wood, mine rocks, catch bugs, and collect plants, with your dog companion helping to sniff out rare materials. Combat is simple but functional, as you fight wild animals that drop valuable crafting components. The relationship system lets you befriend all 30-plus villagers through conversations and completing their personal requests, eventually unlocking romance options and deeper character development. Cozy Grove casts you as a spirit scout who crashes on a haunted island inhabited by friendly bear ghosts stuck in limbo. Each ghost has unfinished business keeping them from moving on, and your job is to help them find peace by completing quests, gathering items, and uncovering their backstories through conversations. The game is designed to be played in short daily sessions. You'll spend 20 to 40 minutes each real-world day completing new quests, decorating the island, and progressing the story before running out of tasks, encouraging you to check in daily rather than binge playing. The island starts out in black and white, but as you help spirits and place decorations, color spreads across the landscape in a beautiful visual representation of bringing life and joy back to the area. You'll gather resources by harvesting fruit trees, fishing, digging up items, and crafting decorations and furniture that the spirits request. The game features a charming hand-drawn art style where everything looks sketched and painted, giving it a storybook quality. Animal Crossing New Horizons drops you on a deserted island as part of Tom Nook's Getaway Package, where you'll build a thriving island community from scratch. You start with just a tent and basic tools, then gradually develop your island by gathering resources like wood, stone, and iron to craft furniture and infrastructure. The game follows real-time, meaning it mirrors your actual clock and calendar, with different fish, bugs, and events appearing based on the time of day, season, and month. Your days involve catching creatures to donate to the museum or sell for bells, the in-game currency, shaking trees for fruit and materials, talking to your animal villagers who have distinct personalities, and working on projects to improve your island. The terraforming feature lets you completely reshape your island's rivers and cliffs, while the furniture crafting and placement system allows for incredibly detailed customization, both inside your house and across the entire island. Up to 8 players can live on the same island with separate houses, and you can visit friends' islands online to trade items, share designs, or just hang out.
Cat Café Manager lets you inherit your grandmother's cat cafe in a quiet town and rebuild it into a successful business while caring for adorable feline residents. You'll adopt cats from the local shelter, each with their own personality traits and preferences. Then, assign them to workstations in your cafe, where they'll attract specific types of customers. The gameplay revolves around managing your cafe's layout, deciding which furniture and decorations to place, hiring staff to help with cooking and cleaning, and most importantly, making sure your cats are happy and well cared for. Different cats appeal to different customer types. Some visitors love energetic, playful cats, while others prefer calm, sleepy ones, so you'll need to think strategically about which cats to feature based on your business goals. You'll gather resources by completing side quests for townspeople, unlock new recipes to serve, and gradually expand your cafe with additional rooms and features. The town has secrets to uncover, and a light mystery about your grandmother's past that unfolds as you build relationships with locals. Disney Dreamlight Valley brings together characters from across Disney and Pixar franchises in a life simulation game where you restore a once magical valley that's fallen into darkness. You create your own custom character and work to lift the curse affecting the valley by completing quests for iconic characters like Mickey Mouse, Moana, Wall-E, and many others who've forgotten who they are. The gameplay combines farming, cooking, fishing, mining, and foraging with friendship building and village customization. You'll plant crops, gather materials, craft furniture, and decorate both the valley and the interiors of character houses to your liking. Each Disney character has their own storyline with multiple quests that explore their personality and background while building your friendship level with them. As you progress, you'll unlock new biomes like the Frosted Heights and Sunlit Plateau, each requiring specific tools or character abilities to access. The Dreamlight currency system lets you unlock new areas, furniture, and character cosmetics, while the Star Path seasonal events provide limited-time rewards.
Of a break from exploring, feel free to stop at any of the many ponds, rivers, and beaches in Dreamlight Valley for a little bit of fun going fishing. Or you can take a moment to grow a garden. You'll need to choose a good spot for it first. Then, plant some seeds, grab your royal watering can, and water your lovingly...
Unpacking is a meditative puzzle game where you unpack boxes and arrange items in various homes across different stages of an unnamed protagonist's life. There's no dialogue or explicit story. Instead, you learn about this person's life through the items they own, where they're moving, and how their possessions change over time. The gameplay is simple. You click on boxes to open them, take out items one by one, and find appropriate places to put everything in the new space. Each level represents a different move, from a childhood bedroom to a college dorm, first apartment, shared living situations, and beyond, spanning about 20 years. The game gives you freedom in where you place most items, but certain objects have logical homes, like kitchen utensils belong in the kitchen, and you'll get subtle feedback if something is placed incorrectly. The brilliance lies in how the objects tell a story. You'll notice new hobbies developing, relationships beginning and ending, career changes, and personal growth, just through what appears in each box. Untitled Goose game lets you play as a mischievous goose terrorizing a peaceful English village, and it's exactly as delightful as it sounds. You waddle around as a goose with simple controls. You can honk, run, flap your wings, crouch, and grab items in your beak, using these abilities to complete a to-do list of pranks and chaos in different areas of the village. Each area features different villagers going about their daily routines and a list of tasks to complete, like stealing a gardener's keys, setting up a picnic, or making a shopkeeper wear the wrong glasses. The game is entirely about creative problem-solving and stealth. You'll need to observe routines, distract villagers, and time your actions carefully to pull off your goose schemes without getting chased away. There's no combat or failure state. If caught, you're just shooed back to a safe area to try again.
The charming part is watching villagers react to your antics. They'll clean up your messes, retrieve stolen items, and try to continue their work while you persistently ruin their day. The game looks like a moving children's book illustration, with simple but expressive character designs and vibrant environments. A short hike puts you in the role of Claire, a young bird visiting Hawk Peak Provincial Park, who decides to hike to the mountain's summit to get cell phone reception. That simple premise leads to one of the most charming and relaxing exploration experiences on the Switch. The game gives you a small island to explore with complete freedom. You can head straight for the summit or spend hours wandering, talking to the quirky animal characters you meet, and discovering hidden treasures. Movement is the core joy here. You start with limited stamina for climbing and flying, but you find golden feathers scattered around the island that permanently increase your stamina, gradually opening up new areas and allowing for longer glides and climbs. You can hike trails, climb cliffs, swim in lakes, fish for sea creatures, play beach stickball with other visitors, hunt for treasure using a metal detector, race other hikers, or just explore at your own pace. Every character you meet has something interesting to say or a small favor to ask, but nothing is mandatory and there are no quest logs or markers, just organic exploration and discovery. And there you have it, the top 20 cozy games on Nintendo Switch that you need to play in 2026. Whether you're into farming, storytelling, exploration, or just causing mischief as a goose, there's something here for everyone looking to unwind. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content. Until next time.